Hi, I'm Naughtysis from Guilds Are Serious, and today I'll be explaining the Freya fight in 10-man Ulduar. For this fight I was main tanking Freya, which is a much easier job than tanking adds. The Freya fight consists of 3 sets of adds, which will appear 2 times each, making up a total of 6 add sets. Essentially, Freya will take no damage until all 6 of these adds groups have been downed. As a result, you must hold DPS off of Freya because no damage will go through as she heals herself over the course of the fight. Only the main tank should be targeting Freya, and everyone else should be targeting adds. The first ad group we dealt with in this encounter was the Tree Guardian. I will explain that fight as soon as it comes out the second time, but for now I'll explain the Triad group. The Triad group consists of a Snaplasher, a Water guy, and another guy. You have to down all 3 of them at the same time, or within 12 seconds of each other, or they will self-heal and you will be pretty much hosed. So make sure DPS, one of the DPS, in this case we used Kuroi or Voidmaster, I'm not sure which, to mark the ad we were intending to target with a skull. All DPS should single target this because downing one ad before the others can lead to a wipe. The Water Charger has an ability called, I think, Surge, and Surge essentially will charge a target randomly in the raid and cause some damage but cause a pushback. This can happen to the main tank, which is a little annoying for when you are main tanking Freya because you have to kite her back to where you originally had her. The third group we had was detonating lashers. Detonating lashers essentially work like slags in before the second boss in Halls of Lightning. They must be single targeted because every time one of them dies, it does about 6,000 AoE damage to anyone in range. So we used Voidmaster to put a skull on the current ad that we were supposed to be targeting, and all DPS moved to that ad. Down them single target slowly. As you will see over the course of the fight, Azariah's gift or something like that, it's a tree, will spawn. There it is right there. And one DPS who can do large burst damage must take it down within 20 seconds or it's bad. It has about 20k health, so a couple bursts will pretty much do it. It dies pretty quickly. Basically, here's the Triad ads again. Basically, for main tanking, you're going to want to hold Freya in the same spot I held her on the bank of the river. It's pretty easy to main tank. Ad tanking is actually a lot harder, and it's very difficult to hold aggro on the Triad group when it first spawns off of the main tank and off of DPS. So DPS should definitely hold off until main tank until ad tank calls that he has sufficient aggro for DPS to begin. With the detonating lashers group, what you want to do is just do a lot of raid healing because they have no aggro tables, so ad tank cannot actually tank any of them. They don't do a huge amount of damage. The main problem with them is their detonation when they die. So essentially, you just want to heal through that for their physical damage, and off tank doesn't really have to do much. Now here we have another detonating lashers group. Remember, they have to go down quickly because there is a timer to spawn the next ad group, and it can get very hectic if you spawn 2 ad groups at the same time. Remember, AoE damage is very bad here, and it's actually good if the main tank tanking Freya gets some lashers on him or her, because that will allow for the main tank to take a little more damage, and Freya doesn't really hit very hard until phase 2, so it's very easy to mitigate that damage or simply take it and heal through it. The final group of ads, which I have not yet explained, is the Tree Guardian, which is about to pop up here. And there it is. What the Tree Guardian does is prevent everyone in the entire raid from doing anything, attacking, casting, or using any abilities at all, unless they are under one of the healthy mushrooms, much like the side boss in Heroic Old Kingdom. He will also put spark AoE on one of the raid members. That raid member, much like the XT fight, must get away from everyone in the raid. It's actually good if it's on main tank because generally main tank is going to want to take Freya to far away mushroom so that he doesn't take any AoE damage at all. Once the Tree Guardian is down, she will lose all her shielding abilities and you will be able to DPS boss, which is when phase 2 starts. Another important thing about Tree Guardian is oftentimes the raid members will be too tall to get under mushrooms, so we use pygmy oil, small feasts, and baby spice to help out with that. Here is the beginning of phase 2. Unfortunately for this raid group, we didn't actually plan on getting to phase 2 on this particular attempt, so we didn't really know that these little green bombs, there you see right there, are very bad. What they can do is kill healers, like you just saw 2 healers die there. They can kill everyone. They're AoE bombs and they push everyone back, so you need to stay out of them. I realized right about here that I needed to start kiting. So main tank needs to kite away from the green bombs so that melee DPS can get in. Here, start doing my job there. Everyone just needs to stay away from ads. You can see Kura just took a little bit there. Look at him go. So maintain threat, main tank, because she will hit much harder in this phase. So all heals should be on main tank unless anyone messes up and dies to a green bomb. It is also important to keep downing trees because they will keep spawning, and they do a much worse healing effect if you let them do their full duration in this phase. Other than that, it's pretty much just a tank and spank at this point. After she dies, she'll drop a chest, and that's how you loot. So, good luck, guys. Have fun, and thank you for watching the Gilder series explanation of Freya. And remember, Ulduar is serious business.